Welcome to the third part of the review of the There and Back Again sourcebook here on the YouTube channel Spiritfunding Fellowship. You are here with your host Andres Norwegian Viking, and in the third part we will take a look at the army special rules as well as the historical armies that are included in the book. So firstly, for the good armies you have Erebor reclaimed, so you can have Thorin, King on the Mountain, Kili, Champion of Erebor, Fili, Champion of Erebor, Balin, Champion of Erebor, Dwalin, Champion of Erebor, Biffa, Champion of Erebor, Bofa, Champion of Erebor, Bomber, Champion of Erebor, Ori, Champion of Erebor, Nori, Champion of Erebor, Dori, Champion of Erebor, Oin, Champion of Erebor, Gloin, Champion of Erebor, Dane Ironfoot, Lord of the Iron Hills Captain, Iron Hill Dwarves, and Iron Hill Goat Riders. So you can have everything dwarfish except the chariot and the ballistas, which is kind of weird that the chariot isn't there. Oh well. Thorin Oakenshield has reclaimed his birthright. He now sits upon the throne as Erebor of Erebor as king. Faced with a great army of elves and men outside his gate, Thorin has sent for aid from his cousin Dane, Lord of the Iron Hills. With the Battle of the Far armies raging on, Thorin leads the charge out of the gates of Erebor, joining his kin in fighting back Azog's legion. The company now fights as one with the Iron Hills, willing to give their lives for the protection of Erebor. The Erebor Reclaimed special rule is if your army consists solely of models from the Erebor Reclaimed army list, then all dwarves from this army list gains the Dubekar special rule. So not just the champions of Erebor, but every single model in the army, which is pretty cool. And on a side note, I've been looking forward to the army-wide special rules for ages, ever since they was thought of. So for the Iron Hills, which is a new army, you gain Dane Ironfoot, Lord of the Iron Hills, Iron Hills Captains, Iron Hill Dwarves, Iron Hill Goat Riders, Iron Hill Chariots, and Iron Hills Ballistas. Their army special rule is if your army consists solely of models from the Iron Hills army, then in scenarios where you need to roll for additional forces to arrive, such as those used for reinforcement rule, you may modify your own reinforcement rolls by +1 or -1. In scenarios where you roll to see which part of the board your warbands deploy, you may modify the dice roll by +1 or -1. Led by Dane Ironfoot, the dwarves of the Iron Hills are veterans of many wars with goblins and the orcs. These dwarves wield a variety of weapons, from the two-handed mattocks that cleave through enemy lines to the long spears that impale foes on their razor-sharp tips. Many ride war goats into battle, mashing through the enemy's ranks and splintering shields as they charge. The deadly chariots scythe down the countless foes, while ballista cut huge swaths out of any army that opposes them. It is these forces that march to Erebor to aid Dane's kin in reclaiming the Lonely Mountains. So, good special rule. Very good for scenario play and tournament play even. Next up we have Thranduil's Halls. This army may include Thranduil, King of the Woodland Realms, Legless Greenleaf, Prince of Mirkwood, Tauril, Mirkwood Captains, Palsgard Captains, Mirkwood Ranger Captains, Mirkwood Elves, Mirkwood Cavalry, Palsgard, and Mirkwood Rangers. Mirkwood Rangers in a warband led by Legless Greenleaf, Prince of Mirkwood, Tauril, or Mirkwood Ranger Captains do not count towards your foe's bow limit. So this is not if your army is just a complete army. This is just them. So it's no different to as they had before. Might be the exception of Thranduil from that one. It might be. Next you have the Army of Laketown. This army includes Bard the Bowman, the Master of Laketown, Alfred the Councillor, Braga, Captain of the Guard, Bane, Son of Bard, Sigrid and Tilda, Laketown Guard Captains, and Laketown Guard. So this is without Bianca and without Percy and without Lake Town militia captains. If your army consists solely of models from the Army of Lake Town list, then the range of the Master of Lake Town's money bag special rules is increased to 12 inches. So that's very nice. Next we have the Survivors of Lake Town. This includes Bard the Bowman, Bane son of Bard, Sigrid and Tilda, Percy, Hilda Bianca, Alfred the Counsellor, Bilbo Baggins, Master Burglar, Gandalf the Grey, Lake Town militia captains and Lake Town militia. If your army consists solely of models from the Lake Town Survivors list, then Bard the Bowman Standfast will affect other heroes from this army as well as other warriors. Next you have the White Council. This army may include Saruman the Wise, Gandalf the Grey, Radagast the Brown, Galadriel Lady of Light and Elrond Lord of the West. The following models from the Free People sourcebook may also be chosen as part of the White Council warband: Círdan, Glorfindel, Lord of the West, Erestor, Arwen and Celeborn. A White Council army may only include a single warband. Unlike the usual model limit of a hero plus 12 warriors, the White Council includes only heroes up to a maximum of 10. Additionally, if your army consists solely of models from the White Council army list, a member of the White Council adds +1 to the dice roll when attempting to resist magic, as long as there is another member within 6 inches. So, a bit of a nerf to what it used to be. Before you could have 2 wizards and spam, and they would gain the bonus. Now they can only do it as a whole army, but it's good. I like it. And you have Radagast's Alliance. This army may include Radagast the Brown riding Great Eagle, Bjorn, Gwaihir and Great Eagles. If your army consists solely of models from the Radagast Alliance arm list, then all models in your army have the resistance to magic special rule. So that's a handy special rule indeed. And lastly, you have the Wanderers in the Wild. Only an addition to the Wanderers in the Wild, so you have the Wanderers in the Wild edition of Thrain the Broken. So that was all the good armies. I'll take a short break here now, and I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, so I am back, and we go for the evil armies. So now we have the Desolator of the North, and it only has one model available to him, and that is Smaug. The Desolator of the North army list does not get a special rule. Having a massive fire-breathing dragon is a deadly enough bonus as it is. That's a very nice way of putting it. Couldn't agree more. Smaug is a fierce army in itself. So now we come to Azog's Legion. This army may include Azog, Bolg, Gundabad Orc Captains, Goblin Mercenary Captains, Gundabad Orc Warriors, Goblin Mercenaries, Gundabad Berserkers, Gundabad Trolls, Troll Brutes, Catapult Trolls, Gundabad Ogres and Warbats. If your army consists solely of models from the Azog's Legion army list, your leader gains the Master of Battle special rule. And that is, of course, Gothmog special rule. So if a model within this special rule is within 6 inches of an enemy hero calling a heroic action, they can immediately call a heroic action of the same type without expending a point to might. And that would be brilliant for Azog or Bolg. Really, it would. Next one, you have Azog's Hunters. This army may include Azog, Bolg, Yazneg, Narzug, Fimbul, the Hunter, Hunter Orc Captains, Hunter Orcs, and Fell Wargs. If your army consists solely of models from the Azog's Hunters army list, then your army may include up to 50% bows, rather than 33%. Additionally, all models in the Azog's Hunters army list have their shoot value improved by 1, so they are 4+ shooters, which is incredible, and couple that with Bolg's special of the Morgul arrowheads. Couldn't be better, basically. So a very nice addition there. Next up we have the Dark Powers of Dol Guldur. This army may include Necromancer of Dol Guldur, Nazgul of Dol Guldur, the Keeper of the Dungeons, Gundabad Orc Captains, Hunter Orcs Captains, Gundabad Orc Warriors, Hunter Orcs, and Fel Wargs. If your army consists solely of models from the Dark Powers of Dol Guldur army list, then whenever the Necromancer of Dol Guldur attempts to cast a magical power by expending one or more will point, he automatically adds an extra free will point to the casting roll. So that's very nice indeed. And then we have the Dark Denizens of Mirkwood. This army may include Mirkwood Spiders and Fel Wargs, as it has been before. So if you have the Moria and Angmar sourcebook, you can include giant spiders and bat swarms in this army list, and it may include the Spider Queen to be its captain if you do so choose. Warbands chosen from the Dark Denizens of Mirkwood are unusual in that there is only one hero available in the army. Therefore, warbands composed entirely of Fel Wargs does not need a hero to lead them if they number 6 or more models. Interesting addition. Warbands comprised solely entirely of spiders do not need to take a hero to lead them if they number 2 or more models. Warbands composed with a mixture of models do not need a hero to lead them if they number 10 or more models. Warbands that does not contain a captain can only be taken as an ally for a force that contains at least one hero. If a Dark Denizens of Mirkwood warband does not include a hero, you are playing a scenario where models are deployed with a certain distance of the warband's captain. Place one model from the warband on the board and deploy all models within the specified distance of that model. So this is a nice way of basically telling you that you cannot just take one warg. So that's good. Okay, so that gives us a bit more time in this video to review the appendix. So I'll do the scenarios later, but we now have appendix heroes for both good and evil, with some warriors, no, only good warriors and heroes actually, and 2 appendix armies. So we have first Thror. He is move 5, fight 6, 4+ shoot, strength 4, defense 9, 3 attacks, 3 will, 6 courage. It has heavy dwarf armor, sword and a shield. It has the Arkenstone, which means the bearer of the Arkenstone passes fate rolls on a 3+. In addition, when taking a fate roll, if the roll is 4 or better, there is no need to expend the fate point at all. It is free. And I think that is a buff, bit of a... I think it was better before. In addition, he has the Ring of Thror. While he possesses that ring, Thror is fearless. So the important thing to note for this is he gains his shield, giving him defense 9. Next up we have Thrain. Thrain is movement 5, 6 fight, 4+ shoot, strength 4, defense 8, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, and 6 courage. He has 3, 3, 3 for might, will, and fate. He has heavy armor and heavy dwarf armor. Heavy dwarf armor, there we go. And 2-handed hammer. He has the Durin's Heir special rule. Thrain Standfast is unusual. In addition to all the normal rules for Standfast, when Thrain passes Standfast roll, for every friendly dwarf on the battlefield is automatically affected, including dwarf heroes. So the whole army, no matter where they are. In addition, Blood Feud. Thrain rerolls all failed close combat rolls to wound against Azog and any model in the same army as Azog. So that's nice. Next up we have Young Thorin Oakenshield. Move 5, 6 fight, 4+ shoot, 4 in strength, 7 in defense, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, 6 courage, 3 might, will, and fate. He has dwarf armor and a sword. He can take the Oakenshield for a number of points. The Oakenshield has a special rule. The Oakenshield is a shield. Additionally, should Thorin opt to use it for shielding during a fight and he wins, He may make a single strike at his strength, receiving no bonuses from any weapons. He also has the 2 arms special. Once per game when moving, young Thorin Oakenshield, the controlling player may declare 2 arms. At the start of the following fight phase, all dwarves within 3 inches increase their strength by 1 for that phase. Sorry for that interruption. We now come to young Balin the Dwarf. It has movement 5, 4 in fight, 4+ shoot value, strength 4, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds and 6 courage. It has dwarf heavy armor and a sword mace. The sword mace is of course a special weapon that may use both feint and bash special rules. And it has the young sage. Even as a youth, Balin possesses the wisdom beyond his years, and his counsel was heard by kings and princes. In the priority phase, Balin may spend the will point to reroll the d6 in the priority roll for his side. We have young Dwalin. He has movement 5, 5 in fight, 4+ shoot, strength 5, defense 6, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, 6 courage, 2, 2, 2 in might, will and fate. Dwarf armor and axes is his war gear, and he's fearless. He is the weapon master, so he's not considered to be unarmed and doesn't suffer the penalty for fighting with 2-handed weapons. He also has Dwarven Fury. Before rolling a duel, young Dwalin and the dwarf may choose to reduce his fight value by d3. If he does so, the young Dwalin and the dwarf may re-roll all fail to wound rolls in the following fight. This is quite cool actually. Even against goblins he may draw the fight, but re-roll all fail to wounds is very handy indeed. Next up we have Girion. Girion, Lord of Dale. Movement 6, fight 5, 3+ shoot, strength 4, defense 6, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, 6 courage, 3 might, 2 will, 1 fate. He has heavy armor now and a shield. He can be given a great bow and manning the wind lance for a number of points. He is wind lance trained. Girion, Lord of Dale's wind lance follow all the rules for Bard the Bowman's wind lance. In addition, he has rapid fire. Girion's skill and speed with the bow is unrivaled within the city of Dale. If Girion, Lord of Dale, hits a target with his great bow, he may take another shot at the target within 3 inches of it. It may even be the same target. If that shoot also hit, he may shoot again to a maximum of 3 shots total. So, a bit of a young bard profile. Well, not young bard, but bard light. You have Captains of Dale, movement 6, fight 5, 4+ shoot, strength 4, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, 4 courage, 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. It has armor and sword. It also has Esgaroth bow, which counts as an elf bow as an option, and shield as an option. And lastly, you have the Warriors of Dale, movement 6, fight 4, 4+ shoot, 3 strength, 4 defense, 1 attack, 1 wound, 3 courage. It has armor and sword. Can be given Esgaroth bow, which is an elf bow. Shields and spears is also options for it for a number of points. And that is the extra models from the historical scenarios, which means you have 2 new armor lists, which is Army of Thror, which is Thror, Thrain, young Thorin, young Balin, young Dwalin, Captain of Erebor, Grim Hammer Captain, Warrior Erebor, and Grim Hammers. The Army of Thror special rule: if your army consists solely of models from the Army of Thror, then all models within the army will always count as being in the range of the effect of a banner if Thror is within 6 inches. So if Thror is within 6, they have a banner reroll. And lastly, the Garrison of Dale is an arm list which can include Girion, Lord of Dale, Captains of Dale, and Warriors of Dale. So a small army can be large if you want to. If your army consists solely of models from the garrison of Dale, all captains, warriors of Dale have the shoot value increased by a 3+. So 3+ shoot with elf bows basically is a nice addition. So I think we will end this this video here now, post the others, and then do a complete scenario overview of all the scenarios from the entire book, going from cover to cover, covering all the scenarios. And I think that for a couple of the scenarios, maybe Tom and Damien will be quite pleased with themselves. So thanks for watching so far. We will be back later, hopefully today, with part 4, which will be the scenarios. As always, please comment, like, share and subscribe, and support your Hobbit hobby.